Hi there, good morning. It's Tuesday morning. I'm Sharon, and I serve as pastor at St. Peter Lutheran Church, and that's in Fort Myers Beach, Florida. And this is Blessings on the Beach. Glad that you found us. We come to you on Tuesdays and Thursdays with a reflective way to begin your day. So we have been using a different word for each time we meet. And I encourage that it could be your word or your intention for the day, but it also could be used for a longer period of time if it's a word that resonates with you and you feel like it's something that is good for you to continue to reflect upon. So I'm using prayer seeds from Joyce Rupp. And the scripture verse comes from 1 Peter 3. Always be ready to make your defense to anyone who demands from you an accounting for hope that is in you, yet do it with gentleness and reverence. And we have a short reading that comes from the book An Interrupted Life, and that's by Etty Hillesum. And Etty Hillesum was a young Dutch woman, Jewish Dutch woman, who lived at the time of the Holocaust. Her diaries and letters tell of remarkable spiritual growth during the Nazi occupation. She died in Auschwitz in 1943 at the age of 29. And Etty wrote, "My battles are fought out inside, with my own demons. It is not in my nature to tilt against the savage, cold-blooded fanatics who clamor for our destruction. I am not afraid of them either. I don't know why. I am so calm. It is sometimes as if I were standing on the parapets of the palace of history looking down over far distant lands. This bit of history we are experiencing right now is something I know I can stand up to. I know what is happening, and yet my head is clear. But sometimes I feel as if a layer of ashes were being sprinkled over my heart, as if my face were withering and decaying before my very eyes, and as if everything were falling apart in front of me, and my heart were letting go. But these are brief moments. Then everything falls back into place. My head is clear again, and I can once more bear and stand up to this piece of history that is ours. For once you have begun to walk with God, you need only keep on walking with Him, and all of life becomes one long stroll. Such a marvelous feeling." I'm just going to repeat that last line one more time. For once you have begun to walk with God, you need only keep on walking with Him, and all of life becomes one long stroll. Such a marvelous feeling. And for our meditation, Joyce writes, begin by recalling the gift of hope that the risen Jesus brought to each person who experienced His presence when He moved among them after being raised from the dead. No matter how you are emotionally, mentally, physically, invite hope into your life. Allow hope to enter your mind. Allow hope to enter your spirit. Allow hope to enter into your body. Allow yourself to be filled with hope. Imagine the Spirit of Jesus stirring up newness, finding the dead places that exist within your spirit, and creating a meadow of flowers inside of you. Visualize this open space, the flower buds unfolding, filling the spacious meadow with color and fragrance. Let hope fill your mind with a sense of purpose and direction. Let hope fill your spirit with life and enthusiasm. Let hope fill your heart and draw you into renewed love. Rest quietly in your restored hope. Let the power of risen love reign in your heart. And then she stretches it even farther and has us push out and think about extending that hope to the world. So we're just going to take a moment and breathe in, out through our nose. We're going to open ourselves as we continue to focus on our breath. Open our heart space, open our minds to the gift of hope. Now we're going to move it out to the world. And she encourages us, bring to mind people in the world who are especially in need of hope, both those you know personally and those whose names are unknown to you, especially people who are grieving, living in poverty, imprisoned unjustly, isolated because of illness or aging, held in refugee camps, victims of violence and all forms of abuse, depressed or suffering from mental illness, and others whose hope may have grown frail. Turn toward the depths of hope that you recalled in your deepest self. With each person or group of people who arise in your mind, offer hope from your heart to them. You might imagine yourself gently embracing the other in silence, or holding out a blossoming flower, or sitting side by side quietly holding hands, or reaching forth with a look of love, or offering Eucharist, or a special blessing, or any other image that extends courage, strength, and an invitation for a peaceful mind and heart. So, once again, she reminds us that we are connected to each other, that we're connected to God's creation, and that as we begin within ourselves, and as Eddie talked about, that her battles are fought within herself, that she was centering herself in God and going within, even within that horrific experience of life and death for her, and then being able to open ourselves to hope around us, being able to be in a posture of receiving hope, looking for hope. And Joyce was reminding us hope in our mind, hope in our spirit, hope in our heart. And I've found that just that imaging of taking yourself through a meditation each day and imagining opening yourself up to hope. It sounds like it wouldn't work, but it really does begin to change your posture and the way you come at the world. Excuse me. So, thank you for joining me today. I hope that you're able to sit in that hope today, and I hope that you will join me on Thursday. And thanks again for those who joined us for Easter. It was a wonderful celebration out on Fort Myers Beach. We don't need a building. The people are the church, and so we are thankful to God for the risen Christ. Thanks so much for joining me, and I'll see you on Thursday. Take care.